Yes, you've read the title correctly, don't waste any time. And this is no clickbait. Guys, in today's video we're going to look at a historical chart of Bitcoin to find out when Bitcoin could break the previous all-time high. And yes guys, you're still early in this market. We can see that the market is quite beaten down, but this gives you the opportunity to buy these assets on a lower prices, because yes, if we go over to the monthly chart, we can see that we have some massive gains across the board. We can see that Casper's up 145%, Solana 75%, and some of the major altcoins, so even a 3-digit pump towards the upside. So this would have been your profits if you would have invested 1 month ago. But if we go over to the yearly chart, yes guys, this would have been your profit if you would have invested in a bear market. Yes, you would have been in a loss for quite a while, but these would have been your profits ultimately. But guys, we're going to look at this chart to find out when is the best time to invest. Or is it already too late, or are you too early? And yes, I can tell you this already, you're too early, so don't waste any time. Because yes, if you don't own any cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin and Ethereum, go down in the video description below, pause the video and sign up to OKX, where you can buy crypto on the spot market really easy. And don't tell me I don't know where to buy cryptocurrencies and how does it work. Because yes guys, if you can buy something on Amazon, this is even easier buying crypto on the spot market. So first thing, go over to OKX, then you click on Express Buy, or even you can use a third-party payment, and then all you have to do is deposit some money, go over to trade, click on spot market because you want to buy Bitcoin on the spot market. Then you're going to scroll down, all the way down. You're not interested in the price because you just want to have this advantage and buy Bitcoin exactly now. Because yes, you don't want to wait until all the people are going to FOMO into the markets. So all you have to do is go down, select the amount that you want to buy and click on buy crypto. This is the only step that you need to take to invest into crypto right now. Because yes, we're going to look at the charts, but guys, you can also sign up to Bybit. If you want to trade futures, you can also trade it on OKX, but I like Bybit to trade futures or even on the spot market. And on Bybit, it's the same procedure. Go over to buy crypto, one-click buy, or even fiat deposit with your banking account. And once you have deposited your fiat currencies, click on trade, spot trading, and then you can buy Bitcoin on the spot market. But if you don't like any KYC, guys, go down in the video description below and sign up to BITFLEX, where you don't need any KYC. But if you want to trade the futures market, BITFLEX has a limited amount of coins that they offer on the futures market. And yes, if you use my exclusive links, you'll receive a major deposit bonus. But guys, before we're going to go over to this historical chart of Bitcoin, we're going to look at the price movement at the moment. Because yes, we're still within this ascending triangle. We saw this fake out once here and also here, where we lost this trend line towards the downside. But at the moment, we can see that on the daily chart, yes guys, we're perfectly holding this support, and we saw a bounce exactly here, and the price movement bounced straight back up, and now we came to retest this trend line once again. So does it mean that we're going to close above the 13 EMA? Because yes, the 13 EMA, this white line is exactly here, round about the $37,000 level. So this is going to be my first indication. Are we going to see a bullish move in the following days, or are we going to see that Bitcoin is going to dump even lower? Because if we're going to close the daily candle underneath the 13 EMA, which gives us the indication when we are above the 13 EMA that we are in a bullish move. But if we see that the price movement closes the 13 EMA, then we could expect that yes, we're going to see more downside, and which levels we could reach, we're going to find out on the 4-hour chart. And yes, on the 4-hour chart, we can perfectly see these were my drawings from yesterday that I expected we're going to come all the way to this trend line. Yes, I corrected the trend line a little bit. I pulled it up from this levels all the way here because we can see we have a candle close, and also the price movement had this bounce exactly here after we saw this fake out. So yes, I adjusted the trend line a little bit up, and we can see yes, we have this confirmation exactly here where we saw the 4-hour candle close back above this trend line. But yes, ultimately we can see that on the 4-hour chart, Bitcoin is underneath the 50 moving average, this blue line, and also the 13 EMA, which normally gives us the direction, yes, if we break it towards the upside, that we are in a bullish structure. But if we're going to break it towards the downside and even retest this bearish structure, that we could expect a price movement towards the downside. But at the moment, I expect, guys, we're going to see a consolidation, but I expect ultimately, if Bitcoin is going to hold this higher low, which is forming exactly here where the price movement on the 4-hour chart saw this perfect bounce. And yes, this candle gives us the indication that we could expect a further move towards the upside. And guys, yes, don't be surprised if we're going to come all the way back down to retest this trend line, because Bitcoin normally sees this consolidation before we're going to see this pump even higher. But ultimately, guys, buying in these areas is going to be the best opportunity. And why? We're going to find out exactly now. But first of all, let's look at the DXY, because yes, I told you in the previous video that we're most probably going to bounce exactly here, and this happened. We saw this bounce, and I also told you that we're most probably going to form a lower high, and exactly that happened. We saw this dump all the way back down, breaking the support at $103.180, and we came all the way back down to 103.076. But at the moment, yes guys, we're still forming lower highs, and this ultimately gives me the indication that the trend is your friend until the end, and this means that the price movement should break the support. But don't be surprised if we're going to see a consolidation before we're going to get this move even lower, coming all the way back down to the $102 level. This is going to be our first price target, and this would mean ultimately, if the dollar index goes down, that Bitcoin will go up. And we're going to find out how far could Bitcoin go within this year. And yes, we're going to look at this chart from Reg Capital on X, and this is an awesome chart because yes, he took the previous highs and drew a trend line in an 8 degrees angle, and we can see that each and every time Bitcoin sees this all-time high, this bear market, and then we come all the way up to this trend line, consolidate along this trend line, and yes, exactly after 214 days, this is exactly the time when Bitcoin breaks the previous all-time high. We can see it exactly here and also here, where Bitcoin exactly after 215 days broke the previous all-time high. But let's go over to the monthly chart of Bitcoin, because yes, overall we can see that Bitcoin moves in cycles. We have the Bitcoin halvenings indicated with this blue line. We had a halvening in the year 2012, 2016 and the year 2020. We're going to see the next halvening in April, and yes, the block rewards for all the miners keeping up the Bitcoin transaction and also mining Bitcoin, their reward is being cut in half, so they will receive less Bitcoin. This ultimately means that less Bitcoin are getting into the markets, and this makes Bitcoin deflationary, and that's why we are always seeing this exponential growth after the Bitcoin halvening. And yes, Bitcoin moves in cycle, and this is the cycle to buy Bitcoin. You're here to enter the markets. Don't enter the markets if we're going to get these FOMO stages where you're actually buying the top. No guys, pause the video, go down in the video description below and use my links to sign up exactly now, and you won't regret it. And yes, please don't tell me you don't have any money to invest, because a lot of people have a lot of money for useless things, and a lot of subscriptions, and also things that they are buying that they're not even using. So take even a small amount, $50, $20 or even $30 and dollar cost average into Bitcoin, because yes, Bitcoin is the money of the future, and we could expect a massive bull run. So first of all, we're going to look at the cycles, because yes, we can see the red boxes are the bear markets, and yes, after the bear market we formed the bottom, and now we're seeing this bullish run towards the halvening. But now first of all, we're going to look at the percentages, because yes, from the bear market bottom exactly here in the year 2014, we saw a pump of 12,000% towards the upside for Bitcoin. And yes, if we're going to look at the time period exactly here, we were from the bottom all the way to the all-time high in a bear market, which was round about 1,065 days from the bear market bottom all the way to the all-time high. And then once again, we had this bear market, formed the bear market bottom, and then we started with this bullish move towards the halvening, and after the halvening we had this parabolic run towards the upside. And yes, once again, after 1066 days, similar to the 1065 days, we reached the new all-time high. And after that, we had the bear market bottom. This would have been the best time to accumulate Bitcoin, but are you too late to invest exactly now if we're going to look at the previous price movement? No guys, even if you bought Bitcoin exactly here in the previous run before the COVID crash, we're going to look at the percentage gains from this high. If you would have bought exactly the top towards the all-time high, this would have been a pump of, yes guys, 452%. So is it too late to enter here? After we looked at the cycles and we know exactly what we could expect? No guys, use too early, so make use of this major opportunity. Because if we look at the time period from the bear market bottom all the way to the new all-time high that we're going to reach roundabout on the 1st of October 2025, guys, this is an awesome investment. If you know that you can invest here and you could expect, yes, maybe some major volatility through the Bitcoin ETF, but guys, you're early and you can even invest before BlackRock enters, and this would be exactly now, because if we're going to get this approval from the Bitcoin ETF, guys, I expect that Bitcoin is surely going to break the 100,000 US dollars, and maybe even my price target by the end of the bull market is, yes, going to be round about the 250,000 US dollars for Bitcoin. This is my moderate price target, and if we're going to look at the percentages from the price movement where we are at the moment all the way to the 250,000 US dollar level, let me just get it precise. This would be a pump of 600%. So yes, you would 6x your investment. So yes, don't waste any time. And if we're going to look at this chart of Reg Capital, he said that after 214 days after the halving, we could expect that Bitcoin is going to break its previous highs. And it happened in the year 2016, exactly here, and also in the year 2020. So is this going to happen a third time, that Bitcoin is going to break 200 days after the Bitcoin halving its previous high? So let's go over on the daily chart. Because yes, on the daily chart, guys, we're going to zoom out and we're going to go all the way back. Let me just remove this circle. We're going to go all the way back to the year 2016. And yes, guys, 200 days after the Bitcoin halving, we saw that Bitcoin broke its previous high. So yes, round about these levels, we saw that Bitcoin broke its previous highs exactly here. We saw that the price of Bitcoin went only up. But guys, yes, we're seeing these corrections in a bull market, and exactly in these levels you could see that Bitcoin had these massive pumps. But we can also see that Bitcoin had these corrections of, yes, 40% within the bull market. So yes guys, if we look at the charts at the moment, we go on the daily chart. These are some major discounts that you're getting on GRT and also Solana and a lot of more coins. And yes guys, today I'm going to post my altcoins or my portfolio that I'm holding in this crypto bull market in my Telegram group. So make sure to join my free Telegram group to find out which coins I'm holding in my portfolio. But guys, yes, let's go back on the daily chart, and we can see, guys, this is happening in every bull market. And we can see in the previous cycles that once we have the Bitcoin halving, we can expect this parabolic run towards the upside. And if we go over to the next cycle, yes, here once again, we had the COVID crash, but then we had the Bitcoin halving. We saw this quick recovery from Bitcoin, and then we saw this massive pump towards the upside. Yes, guys, maybe we're going to get a black swan event, and maybe even not. But buying in these areas is going to be a great opportunity, because if the Bitcoin spot ETF will be approved, I think we're going to see a fast move towards the upside, and you don't want to buy at the top if we're going to see a major manipulations of the market. Because yes, at each dump you can load up even more and dollar cost average into Bitcoin, because yes, I expect that we're going to see a massive run towards the upside. So if you're new to crypto and you don't own any cryptocurrencies, guys, please pause the video and invest a small amount over on OKX, Bybit, or even BITFLEX, where you receive a major deposit bonus. Now we're going to go on the weekly chart, because yes, if we're going to zoom in on the weekly chart, guys, you see these parabolic runs towards the upside after the Bitcoin halving. But yes, we can also see that Bitcoin forms this range, which Bitcoin forms exactly here within the bull market. Then we can see that this is our bull market support, this yellow line exactly here, where we find support within the bull market. And yes, once we break this yellow line towards the downside, this is usually exactly the time when the bear market starts. We see that the price movement comes all the way to the bear market bottom, but this line is extremely important, this yellow line, because yes, once we break it towards the upside, this usually is the indication that the bull market has started, and usually we don't come underneath this yellow line anymore, because we can see that the price movement went sideways, and then we had this parabolic run. If we go over to the next cycle in the year 2020, we saw this yellow line exactly here, which was previous bull market support. Exactly here, we broke it towards the downside, and this is where we found the bear market bottom. We saw this consolidation, and yes, here we broke towards the upside, this bull market support, this yellow line exactly here. Now we saw that the price movement saw this consolidation over this yellow line, and yes, we had this COVID crash, and the price movement went underneath the yellow line. But yes, if we're going to zoom in, then you can see that the candles didn't close underneath the yellow line. So this is a bullish indication that even with a black swan event, this line was still holding strong and gave us the indication that now is the best time to invest into crypto. But if we're going to go over to the price movement at the moment, yes, this was exactly the same within the cycle. This yellow line was perfectly bull market support. Once we broke it towards the downside, this was the beginning of the bear market. We formed a bear market bottom, and now exactly here, this is at the 31,000 US dollar level. We broke towards the upside, so this gives us the indication that the bull market for this year has started and that we could expect only up from here. And even if we're going to see a black swan event, then I expect that yes, the 31,000 US dollar level is going to hold, and this is going to be our ultimate low. Yes, maybe we're going to see a scam wick towards the downside through any economic stress, but this is going to be a fast move, and you won't make it to buy these lows because the price movement will move extremely fast. So guys, yes, once again, dollar cost average into Bitcoin, you won't regret it. And let's go back over on the 4-hour chart of Bitcoin, because yes, at the moment we can see that Bitcoin is still holding this level, and guys, we should see that Bitcoin holds the 13 EMA on the daily chart, because this gives us the indication that we're going to see a higher move. But guys, don't wait for any pullbacks, even on the altcoins, because yes, I could expect that we're going to see a consolidation and a move even higher. We can see that already some altcoins are moving back up. So yes, don't wait and don't waste any time to buy crypto exactly now. And once again, on the daily chart, we're going to look at the VPVR, the volume price index, and we can see exactly in these levels we have a lot of support. So yes, we could expect that the price movement is going to consolidate within this range. But if we're going to see this dump, guys, we can see that exactly here, round about the 35,000 US dollar level would be our next major support. But if we're going to zoom out even more, guys, this green box exactly here is going to be the 31,000 US dollar level. And if we go back on the weekly chart, yes guys, this is going to be our ultimate line that we need to hold for Bitcoin to really say, guys, we're going to see the greatest bull run of all times. So don't waste any time, dollar cost average into Bitcoin, and make sure to be for crypto. Smash up the like button and subscribe, and make sure to watch these videos exactly now. And we see each other in the next video.